Well, it is always a pleasure to welcome community leaders from law enforcement to 7 News. And we have back with us this afternoon Loudoun County Sheriff Mike Chapman. 7 News, of course, was first to report on a story. We want to jump right in here with a male student filming other students in the boys' bathroom at Freedom High School. Can you give us an update on this investigation and whether you're looking at other spaces where similar unlawful filming may have occurred?
Well, certainly he's been charged, and he's part of the criminal justice system now, juvenile justice system, and was incarcerated, taken in, and so we're continuing to do the investigation, still trying to identify other people that may have been victims, and we're able to identify a location outside of the school as well where we believe a couple people may have been victimized. So, as always, what we want to do is make sure if anybody believes they've been a victim of this particular individual, to let us know so we can follow up on it. We are working closely with the schools. We want to make sure that no stone doesn't get turned over. We just want to do our best to make sure we bring us to a successful conclusion.
You mentioned a possible secondary location. Is that off school grounds? Can you give us a sense, even if you can't say specifically where it is, what kind of venue it may have been?
Yeah, it was off school grounds, private business, but off school grounds.
Okay. Yeah. And in terms of the video or evidence, having that cell phone where this alleged recording happened would be critical. Do you have that in your possession?
We do, and that helps us certainly identify victims, but we also need people to report as well, because there may be some things that we don't know about, that we haven't uncovered by way of our investigation. So anybody that believes they might have been victimized, it's important for us to know. And there's been quite a few people that have been victimized, multiple people. So we want to make sure that we get everybody identified, make sure that the suspect here is held fully accountable in this.
And based on the evidence that you have now, the video evidence, how long has this been going on? Because obviously the video is going to have a timestamp. So can you share with us the time range?
It's been going on for a while, unfortunately. So I mean, we do our due diligence when we come across these things and work with the school on discipline. But this is something that's gone on for quite a while.
Years?
I'm sorry?
Years? Is that
No,
years?
I wouldn't say years, but it's been going on for a while. And so what we're trying to do is really get to the bottom of it all, make sure that we get everybody identified and get them charged.
Okay. So can you at least give us a window of time? Is it 1 year? Several months? I'm just trying to understand exactly the time frame.
I leave that up to the investigators. Okay. I really don't want to commit to that. I don't want to give out information that may not be accurate.
Okay. All right. Let's move on now to another case. You recently arrested a woman who you say is behind a rental scam. Break this down for me. How did she pull it off, and how was she finally caught?
So, we received multiple reports about this, and most of the time when you have these kinds of scams, or when you have somebody that gets involved in a financial issue like this, where they maybe try to rent something and they don't get their money back, it becomes a civil issue. This is something where we received multiple reports on this. Her name is Kimberly Vu, and this was going on for quite a while. What she was doing was she actually rented apartments herself, and then what she would do would be to have people come in and act as though they're going to do a rental agreement with her and pay a down payment, and they'd never hear from her again. Wow. I mean, so this was going on for quite a while. So we identified 26 cases where this had occurred, and then we put information out concerning this, again, reaching out to the public. Hey, if you think you've been a victim of this, let us know. We were able to identify 20 other people where she was doing this, and I think she probably accumulated more than $100,000 in this scam. So she was very successful at scamming these people out of their money.
What are the chances of those victims getting any of their money back?
Well, we have charged her criminally, and trying to do that may be a little bit difficult, but whatever we can do from a criminal standpoint and lock down her finances, we will do. But I'm not really sure exactly how much she has left and whether any of these people will get their money back.
What can people look out for to make sure they don't become victimized in a case like that?
Well, if you're getting shown an apartment, try to find out whether this person's a legitimate realtor, find out whether they're really a property manager, whatever the case is, and to, not sign anything, maybe run it, by others, maybe by an attorney, maybe by another property manager, to make sure what you're doing is legitimate, so you don't get caught up in that scam.
So she didn't have a real estate license or anything?
Not that I'm aware of. I think she was just preying on people that were kind of new to the system, maybe renting for the first time, and didn't really know how it worked. So it was, pretty devastating to these people.
Absolutely. And Sheriff, finally here, I hear you're stepping into my space. You're launching a podcast, your agency is. How do you hope to use a podcast as a tool to reach the community?
Well, we do a lot of things at Loudoun County Sheriff's Office, full service Sheriff's Office. We got over 900 employees. We're in so many spaces, and I think a lot of people don't know exactly what we do, and so what we want to do is educate them. So we actually have two versions of this. One is get to know your LCSO, and by the way, I started with an interview of my wife, who was very critical in helping us establish crisis intervention training, and I would encourage anybody to go on our site to look that up. But we're also stepping outside as well to people in the community, people that you may have heard of in the news, and asking them questions that are relative to the community, to law enforcement, and things of interest. So that's called stepping out. So we're getting this going, and I'm not trying to take over your space. We're just trying to educate people a little bit more on what we do in the law enforcement community.
There's so much space in the media landscape, so I think you're safe. So will you be the host, or will there be a rotation?
I've been conducting the interviews.
Okay.
And we try to keep them to about 30 minutes. So we want to make sure that we keep it brief, but that they get enough information. And so we're going to probably mix that up a little bit. But right now, I've been the one conducting the interviews, and we'll probably expand on that as we go on.
All right, excellent. Always great to have you come in. Thank you so much, Sheriff.